Well, we have Coach Jenmert and also Ville Olsson, who won the MVP award tonight, led the team in tackles, I believe, and interception, and Daimien Scannella. I wanted to point Damien's going to a prep school in New England this fall. He's going to be playing here in the US. So, Coach, if you could just give us a few words to begin with, and then we'll open up to questions.
Obviously, we build everything on a plan, having the camp here and have the opportunity to face this kind of good opponent with the practice with USA, integration with the USA, with a lot of things we did at night, and obviously that plan didn't work out. I think we came out on the depth side of the ball. The plan worked in the first half. We talked about they will score on us, and we would try to keep it down to 2 or 3 touchdowns, but we didn't produce anything in offense, and they beat us from the bat on the defensive line. I mean, our O-line couldn't handle their pressure, but the skill-wise, I think the caught of the moment was a little bit too big, so for our skilled players, and we never had a chance to catch up.
Questions?
Thank you. Actually, how would you compare football in Sweden as to the United States?
We are a young sport. We only, done this sport in Sweden since the late '80s. So compare that to over 100 years of competition. That's hard. Also, the numbers out of so many high school football players in this country compared to the little group that we have playing in our country. Obviously, that will be a huge difference. Even though we have since about 10 years or a little bit more starting the Pee Wee program, so we actually got kids that actually played as long as a North American kids. So that shouldn't be any problem with that type of experience. So that's. But then again, numbers are the biggest difference.
What are you going to bring from this game to the next game? Going to play France or USA in 3-4 days? What can you bring from this game to the next?
Well, we first we got to find out why we didn't produce, why we were caught of the moment or nervous in the first half, especially on offense. Obviously, it's so close after a game, I don't have an answer for that. That we're going to focus and concentrate on that for sure. Defense, we're going to continue working as we have done. But then again, also, even for this tournament, this has been very good for us to play against this fast and this good, technical good opponent as Mexico were. So there's a lot to be learned here.
Sure.
You got a good crowd of fans up there. How important are they that they travel overseas to see you guys play? How important is that to you?
For me personally, that's wonderful. I mean, there's a lot of family up there to support the kids on the team, which is unbelievable. And we had our last practice yesterday, where a lot of parents were involved in that practice, and that was very good. A good feeling, a good feeling spread around by voice.
For me as a player, I believe it was, where I come from, we got like 50 persons watching the game, and majority of them is the players still on the sideline. So it doesn't really have that big crowd, but just to come here and feel like they're backing us up and supporting us, to 100%. Come all the way, across the Atlantic and just to see us. I think that's huge, and that really gets us going as a team, I believe.
What about injuries?
Injuries?
Yeah, you had some bad ones out there.
Oh, actually, the only injury I know hurt. We probably got a couple of players hurt, but injury as far as it was Philip Persson, I believe his arm, he broke his arm on that hit. So that's the only injury I know about at this point. Well, we got a lineman also with the bleeding, but he should be fine eventually in this tournament. So
it's 1 man out.
Yeah, 1 man out. Yes.
I think we're a very strong team, and so far we've had very little injuries compared to other teams, and I think that it shouldn't be any problem for us. We're good players all around, and basically, if you look at how many injuries we've had so far, 1 injury isn't a big deal at all.
practice with the United States team.
Yep.
Yes.
This is the players or the coach. What did you take from that practice? What did you learn? What did it do for you guys?
Well, if I can only tell you what I learned, you know, it was like everything just came thrown against me, what I could learn, and I took as much as I could. But, you know, what I learned most, you know, is to, you know, the speed. Get used to the speed, you know, because I believe our players are many times just as fast as the American players, but the game speed is the difference, and you got to adjust to the game speed, and that's what we probably need to work on, I believe.
Yeah, for me, it was quite a big. I was a bit nervous in the beginning, and I looked at my own position on the American side of the ball. So basically, the American receivers. I looked at their technique. I saw, well, what do they have that I don't? Try to improve, you know, because always when you play against better people, you become better yourself. I mean, you're never going to get better if you play against like a 5-year-old or someone who doesn't pose any competition to you. So competition just makes you better as a football player, and of course, I think as a team and as individuals, we all learn something from that practice.
Any more questions from coach and players?
Coach, strategy-wise, how do you learn the strategy of American football? Do you DVDs or tapes or watching it on TV? How do you learn it yourself, sir?
Well, DVDs and books, yes, of course, but we are a small community in our country, and all the coaches, including myself, we have to come over here to find knowledge, and I've been doing that for about a lot of years. Have the opportunity to attend high schools, small leagues like park leagues like Pop Warner, stuff like that, big schools, even NFL. So that's how we learn, and that's really a common way for coaches to come over here, because they've always been invited especially from schools, and participate in their program and learn and sit in, and you know, that's how we learn.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.